Fixed. Awesome. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn, and yeah, we're doing the thing. Looks like we're probably live on both. Yeah, okay, I got it. Why can't I hear myself? I don't want to hear myself. Why am I hearing myself? There we go. Okay, I was showing up on yeah, okay, cool. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Okay. It's working. It's working. Yay. This is what they wanted. All right, so nobody else needs to go in and say that I was muted because I'm good now. I know there's a delay, but you know, we're here. We're streaming. We're doing the dang thing. I'm even recording my audio here just in case, recording locally just in case. And we're here. Okay. I don't like this sort of quad thing that I did here, so I'm going to undo that. But let's see what we've got. So looks like 17 or 20 viewers on YouTube. I know this was like, I didn't put up notice for this soon enough, honestly. But, you know, it's okay. We're here. Totally fine. And, okay. And yeah, we're back on Twitch. Twitch streaming is back on Twitch, where it should be. I do have to apologize that I am getting over a sickness right now, so I'm working on that. Sorry about that. Was definitely yesterday. I was absolutely toast, but feeling a little bit better today. Schrodinger's Game Cat, glad to see you. JB Plays, what's up? How's it going? Bill DeBurr, how you doing? Well, you do have a nice voice. Well, thank you. That's the thing. Whenever my voice is out or off or feeling weird, I hate that because it's like it's my instrument. You know, it's always been. When I was singing in a band, I was like, I had to take care of my voice. Now that I'm doing this stuff, I got to take care of my voice, and it's like, Michael Superbacker, how you doing? Glad to see you, Gotham guy. Couldn't hear me, but now they can. D Steez, how's it going? It just dawned on me today how stifling hot the 4090 gets. Yeah, that's one thing to consider. If you're speccing out a system and you're thinking about something like a 4090, if you have bad cooling in your room, it's gonna affect your body, your comfort for one thing, because it puts out more heat, and also it's gonna affect how well can you cool the actual card because your ambient temp's gonna be higher. But yeah, I needed to take some time to get Windows all installed on here and a whole lot of other stuff because check that out. There it is. We have a special camera set up just to show off the screen right here. Look at that right there. Isn't that gorgeous? So that is our touchscreen. We're going to go over a little bit of how to use that and everything if you're going to grab yourself a HYTE Y70 Touch. Let me keep on saying hi to everybody. Let's see. Monk's Den, welcome. Gotham Guy, how's it going? Kevin Kuntz, glad to see you. Dave's Dimension is back, and so am I. Awesome. It was a crazy build stream. It went really long, and I was very tired. That's why I was like, I gotta install Windows, and I gotta install these applications. I'm just calling it a night. Staying here, I'm not a mod on Twitch. We can fix that, Dan, but okay. Well, Bray's on Twitch to see Brew. He is. Nintendo says, lovely setup. Thank you. I just threw this together. Beers, Beats, and Battlestars comes in with some hype emotes. Like to see that. Red Wolf, what's up? How's it going? Dang, a lot of people got sick from the con. I saw you there. Hope you had a good time. Shorter's Game Cat, you should have said hi if you saw me there. You totally should have done that. I had Dr. Dilly say hi to me. Although I haven't seen you in a while. Well, my streams have been on YouTube. And it's mostly just been whenever I'm unboxing a PC or something. But yeah, now that we can multi-stream, I'm very, very happy, and that's what I'm going to be doing. DBZ Warrior, what's up? How's it going? Let's go. Setup is so sick. I do like it a lot. Org Chaos, how are you? So yeah, if you guys, for those who prefer, this cable is just yanking on this, and it's annoying me. I have one of those really thick C13 cables that came with this thing, and it just like does not like to be stretched, taut. It just like pulls back. Okay, this is fine. It looks like like this is how it should be, but no, this is magnified basically. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to have to look at 2 chats, but I could get used to that. All set up, whole platform operational. It is. We are fully operational. So I want a case similar to this. Want something strictly for COD. Great video. I mean, this case is, remember guys, straight up, the Y70 Touch is a luxury case. All right. If you're getting the largest of GPUs, right, then take this over the Y60. If you want the screen, the touch screen with, telemetry on here, look, we got Twitch chat popping up on screen right there. It doesn't have something for YouTube chat yet, but this is still the beta for the HYTE Nexus software. If you want things like that, then this is going to be the thing you want. And lots of customization options. We'll take a look at that. The audio wave in the back of the chassis is a little over the top. Oh, see that I threw that. Remember, guys, when I was like, why don't I throw an extra screen in there? I've got one. Well, you know what? It's not an audio wave. This is just an animation that I made for that screen in another PC. It's just another screen that I threw in there. Like, why not, right? Throw so many screens in your PC case that you cannot connect a monitor. That's the next goal. That's the supreme evolution of PC cases. Kevin Coons, thank you for the $50 super chat. Good Lord. Okay. Thank you. Wow. I appreciate it. Out of nowhere. I appreciate that so much. Dang. Okay. Well, I've made my money for the night. I'll see you guys later. Okay. But no, in order to do this stream, in order to test a system that has a 13900K and a 4080, you don't do that with a 1080p monitor. So I had to swap my 4K monitor over here and get it on capture card, which I need to get an HDMI 2.1 capture card. Elgato, what's up? Where's yours? But AverMedia, I need to get that one or something. I don't know, but they're expensive, man. The thing is, get it now, buy it now for myself, or just wait until I can justify them sending me one somehow, like get them to send me one. Yeah, I love it. Seeing one with Ghost from Call of Duty on the screens. Nice. Does Nexus software work with other screens? I don't know. They could probably do that, though. All they need to do is to get a different resolution as a preset or whatever and just work multiple screens. I'd love to see that, and I don't see it being that big a deal. Looks like the widget on the LCD isn't scrolling for some reason, but I'd blame Twitch for that. What are you doing? It isn't. Oh, look, I can make it full screen, but it's not updating. Look at that. I could totally make this just how Twitch chat shows up, but it's not updating. Let me open up the software here and see what the heck. I'm actually going to close down the animation that's in the background over here. I don't need it. I don't know where it went. Let's just close that. Okay. And we have our HYTE Nexus here. I can just show you guys what I'm doing here. There we go. So we have the HYTE Nexus software right here. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. So because I'm using NZXT fans and their cooler with the screen, yes, there are 3 screens in this PC. Okay, 3. Because I'm using that, I have to have the NZXT cam software and HYTE's software as well. If I just wanted to control fan speeds, I could do that either through BIOS or I'm fairly certain, I believe the HYTE software can do that as well. But I have the screen on the cam software, so I do need to use it for that as well. Let's see here. So looking at this right here, I got to click on that, and that brings this up right here. So the Twitch thing is not doing its thing. Let me see. I don't know if I guess I wasn't running the software. So, okay, now it's working. There we go. So you got to make sure you're running your software in the background. That's all. So you can have it like that, or go back to, whoop, there we go. Just go back to having all of your stuff there. I have a white background on there just because to match the case, but that doesn't make chat very readable, unfortunately. But if I had it pointing at me, it'd be a lot more readable than showing up on another camera there. Dear HYTE, digitally sign your software. Dear all developers, please digitally sign your software. You know, it's better than one screen, 2. This thing is 3. Yeah. So we have this guy right here. And then I know this other camera's in the way here. Cool. Glad that happened, whatever that was. What was that? Oh. It's okay. It's a bad habit anyway. All right. Yeah. What was I doing? It is a pretty cool case, though. Let me just minimize this right here. I do need to really figure out the screens that I have for streaming, because right now there's just a 27-inch 1080p screen there, and I need to have... I have a 55-inch 4K TV I was thinking about putting up there. That was just one of the cheapest ones at Walmart that I could get. That was what I used. That's what I used when I would stream in the workshop outside, in the garage rather. But yeah, here, let's go ahead and minimize, get rid of that. So yeah, technically with the CPU block in there and then with this back screen, there are 3 screens in this, considering the one on the case. So you really can go absolutely all out. But then if you do that with this screen and the 10-inch, the 14-inch touch screen there, that only allows you to have 2 monitors. The CPU block doesn't require any DisplayPort or HDMI connection. So, but this one does right here. So I can just unplug that guy right there. It's just HDMI. Just goes right through, and then USB power to power that. But I mean, that's just the way people did screens before, to have sensor panels in their PC. With this thing, you don't need that anymore. What I'd like to see is more telemetry, because so far, all I've really been able to see here is where you have, let's edit this. Performance. Can we do more? We can do 4x4 on performance, it looks like. Maybe that's coming soon, I suppose. You can add memory, storage. So CPU, GPU, memory, and storage. And you can change what the CPU and GPU are showing. Okay? But the percent load is generally what most people are going to want to see. So if I go in here and I maybe get rid of this clock is stressful, if you ask me. The way it's just ticking away at like tenths of a second is pretty stressful. Or no, that's seconds. It's just seconds. But the way it's ticking seconds away is like, am I wasting my life doing this? What am I doing with my life? Okay, so let's go here and let's add back in performance 4x4. Add. There we go. And you can choose what's going to be here. So we have storage, memory, CPU, and GPU. Oh, wait, is that, unless that's CPU, just CPU, and then it's like load and temp. Let's switch that to GPU load. Okay. Now there's another question that some people have had about this. Running this screen and running all these graphics and widgets, is that going to take up your processing power? Yeah. Of course it is. It is. It just depends on how much you're running there. That's what's going to determine how much load it's going to put on your resources. Let me fix this real quick. 1 second. There we go. See, I was cutting off part of Voltron there. Not cool. Okay. I was just cutting off part of my head. All right, perfect. Now, let's with a HYTE Y70 work with a 4090. It depends on the 4090 Condor. But generally, if you're, I mean, this is a 4080 and it's still nearly 4-slot card. It depends on the card. There is a specialty like 2-slot 4080 out there. That's the Asus ProArt. But if you're looking at 4090s, most of them are 3 slots plus. But people have put them in a Y60. It's just not great because then the fan shroud is right up against the glass nearly. Y60 work for 4090. It requires a vertical mount. Yeah. Asus Ryujin 3 screen would look nice in that case. That's true. Do they make it in white yet? Like that's something they've made their AIOs in white before, But I know with the Ryujin 2, they were like really reluctant to make it in white, and it was really kind of weird. Let's see. I'm afraid that there is someone here whose message I could not read. I do welcome you to the stream, of course. However, for your benefit and the benefit of others, I generally recommend that you attempt to speak in the stream in English. It's just, you know, I'm located in the U.S. and many of my viewers are too. So in order to interact with everybody, I do recommend that. Disordered this case for a new build, says Stephen V. So curious as to your thermal findings. Thanks for the great content. Well, that's what we're about to do tonight. Who needs all that? Just give me a killer GPU and GPU and CPU. Well, sure. That's totally fine. No one, specifically, no one needs any of it. Hexamble, of course I don't have that, but thanks for the compliment, I think. I have a Y40 with a 4070. Yeah, that's definitely doable right there. Okay, let's get this preview going right there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir, there is a white one. Cool. Well, the thing is, this is the one that I was able to get quickly. Plus, it went with the motherboard, the fans that I had, the power supply I had. It was just all NZXT. So I went ahead and mashed it up so that I wouldn't have to use, like, you know, NZXT cam for some of the stuff, like the motherboard, and then, you know, Armory Crate for that AIO alone, and then HYTE's Nexus just for the case. Like, of course, y'all know HYTE is coming out with an insane AIO, right? Like, that is, I've been on the wrong screen this whole time. That's why I need a monitor to see what I'm doing. But yeah, HYTE's coming out with an insane AIO. The downside, though, is they just came out with this case. They've been rocking the Y60 and the Y40 that accommodate 240 and 280 millimeter AIOs in the side this whole time. So their AIO is a 240 with a lot of depth. It's very thick, which works perfectly for their cases. However, as far as I know, there's no plans for a 360. So to me, it's kind of a waste in the Y70 Touch. But if you've seen that thing, it's going to be insane. D Plus Average says, cool mic, a lot better than the ones I usually see. This is the Shure Super 55. And it's a classic broadcast mic. I love this thing. It is my absolute favorite. I have probably better sounding mics, or more appropriate for all the yelling and shouting that I do, and the moving around, because I move around and it's super cardioid. So if I'm not right in front of this thing, it's not great for what I do. But I love it. I actually saw the Shure team over at TwitchCon, and they were like, "So are you interested in the Shure SM7DB, the new version?" And I was like, "Man, I'm on a Super 55." And the guy was like, "Nice. Okay, yeah, you're good." Once you get something with the aesthetic like this, it's hard to go to just the regular black cylinder microphone. This is just part of my setup now. I love it. But thank you. Appreciate it. Gotham Guy's got pizza. And it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Gotham Guy, on YouTube over there. Everybody, even if you're in the Twitch chat, please pop over to the YouTube chat just to say happy birthday to Gotham Guy. And you're spending it with us. That's excellent. Absolutely, we can get that. Happy birthday, Gotham Guy. Let's go, nerds. There you go. I don't have the animation ready to go. I'm sorry. I haven't streamed on Twitch in a long time. So, yeah. I expect him to yell, "Let's get ready to go, nerds," like Michael Buffer. I see what you're saying. Like, "Let's get ready to rumble." I got you. Yeah, he does have that kind of microphone. Absolutely. Okay, so downside, for those of you who are watching on Twitch, downside is I have less control over ads over there. On YouTube, it's like, "Hey, now would be a good time to run an ad." And I'm like, no, not ever. Thanks. But on Twitch, it's not something I have as much of of control over. Thank you guys for wishing a happy birthday to Gotham Guy. I do appreciate seeing that. But yeah, I was answering Ken earlier. This is not a need. A case like this, as I said at the very beginning of the stream, this is a luxury case. Luxury. That already addresses your question there. Nobody needs any luxuries. They're luxuries. If you want to go all out with your build, this is one of the best ways to start, period. And that's because I have certain things about this case I don't like. Very, very specific things, minor things, but still don't like. I will go over those. I have Nintendo. I have no idea where my Jane hat is. Sorry, no idea. Do I have a hat that I can? Do I have a hat that I can put on? Hold on. I will get a hat. It's just not going to be the Jane hat. One second. Okay, this is the only hat that I could find. This is the only hat that I could find quickly. So it's my donut hat. There you go. Matches my shirt. There it is. So now I'm all donut mediated out. Okay. Grant Garnett says, if I run a GP with dual HDMI output, can I run the display on one and a monitor on the other? If I understood your review last night, the display uses the HDMI port. Grant, it uses it actually uses a display port out. And it comes with, I'll show you real quick. Comes with this. Oops. This comes with it in the box. It is a very short DisplayPort patch cable. And it's full-size DisplayPort, no mini DisplayPort here, which is nice. And that DisplayPort line is pre-routed all the way through the case, so you don't have any cable management to do, which is nice. The thing is, I've run custom screens in cases before. I've done it plenty of times, and it's always a pain in the butt to like do cable routing for it, get it looking nice and neat, hide the cables. They do all of that for you, which is great. Saw your pick with Nutty today on his on his stream. He had it up on his stream. What? DJ? Seriously? Dude, that's amazing. Nutty's one of my favorites, dude. If for all of you who are looking for tips on streaming, Nutty has to be the most concise. He's like the most he doesn't stray. Like if you watch ePost Vox or Harris Heller, those guys there's a lot of great content creators out there who make content to help you stream, but they'll do other things. They'll do like reviews of other products, things like that. Nutty is hyper focused on streaming. Highly recommended for anyone who wants to get started streaming. You have to check out Nutty, and he's hilarious. He's a great guy. And meeting him in person, super friendly guy. I can't believe he brought my picture up on there. That's great. Oh, cool. He's got the new door that seconds as a monitor. Is it door? Did it? Oh, I didn't. I have to redo this. 1 second. Let's see. Now that I did that, let's go back. Can this thing start working again, please? So because I unplugged it, actually, let me do this and that right there. Because I unplugged it, it just went to like, because this, I also have this set up as just a monitor too. So if you want to do something like just running a wallpaper engine background on here, you totally can. But I want it to work. So let me get that working. What we'll do is we'll close out the HYTE software and reopen it. And that should bring it right up. Yes, yes. Or not. Hello. Let's change the theme real quick and see if that fixes it. No, that is not fixing it. Okay. Well, I will say this. Don't unplug that. I'm just going to reboot this computer then. We're going to go over a few things. Oh, good. Updates. All right. Update and restart. Sure. We're going to go over a few things on, and I'm going to try to do a couple things that are just like helpful things when you have a new install of Windows to do. But the main thing is we're going to be taking a look at some of the functionality there, what this thing does, and then we're going to run some stress tests and see what it does for us. You can have up to 5 monitors, 4 on the GPU, 1 on board. Right. So you sacrifice a monitor for that display. Yes, you do. Yeah, I had to drill a hole in the H9 flow to run the HDMI and USB cables out the back. Dan, I usually use one of the PCIe slots. And I thought you said you weren't going to go in the Twitch chat, you liar. You couldn't help yourself. The cable for the Y70 LCD is very short, though. It is, yes. Yeah, it's meant to go into your GPU, period. I love the look of the white exterior and black interior. They're showing the HYTE website. I want one. See, I like that, but I wanted the all white. Now, if you're gonna run something like that, you have to be very diligent with your cable management, which I was not when I was building this. Yeah. The red case is nice too. Yeah, but so few red hardware to put in it. Well, the colorful Red Devil GPU. There you go. Donut hat. Donut shirt. It's just someone did a Twitch channel points thing for me to put on the Jane hat from Firefly, which I normally had as part of my setup all the time. So I'd just be like, boop, there you go. Silly hat on. Well, sorry, very cunning hat, actually. But I have no idea where that is now. So, oh, I wanted to show you guys this. This is actually another really useful low profile add-in that you can do for your PC. When you have something like a Y60, Y40, or Y70 case, where you're limited as to what you can put in there. Oh, come on, get out, get out, get out of there. If your motherboard, and certain motherboards have this, like I have the Asus ROG Maximus Formula board that has an extra USB 3.0 header. So you get that, and then you just attach this to here, and you have a half height extra 2 USB 3.0s right there. You could even just, I mean, you can do that if you like. I mean, the one that I have in there actually uses a PCIe slot to add 4 USB 3.0 ports, but this also can utilize a header that might not be utilized by the case. Only cases like Leanly O11 XL and XL Evo will have dual USB 3.0 front header connectors. So this is a way to utilize that if your motherboard has it, but your case doesn't feature it. I don't want to lose the screws that came with this, so I'm going to put them back in here. But yeah, things like this, little add-ins like that are usually just a few bucks on Amazon. Just make sure that you look for low profile or half height PCIe. Unfortunately, even though the N7 B550 board that I had before had dual USB 3.0 headers on the board, The Z790 one only has the 1 for some reason. Weird, I thought I was following on here. Well, now you are, I suppose. I appreciate that. Did you track down another NZXT controller between the last couple days, or just unplug the ARGB from the bottom? I do have another controller. However, it requires a USB 2.0 header, and I'm fresh out of those. So, wait, hold on a second. This might have the splitter for that. So if that's the case, so this is the additional controller here. And, oh. Yeah, I have another splitter here. So I could totally have the last fan. There's only one fan that I was not able to get lit up with RGB. Now with this, I can totally do that. So maybe I do that later. I don't know. There is one problem with this case with the fan setup that I'll go over with you guys. And that is, well, the way that the fans mount on the bottom, they mount directly onto the bracket that's facing down. So if you're setting those as intake, which you should, that means the blades are going directly near the bracket, and there's a couple of cross pieces there, and it causes a lot of noise. So I'm going to try spacing those out a little bit to reduce the noise. We'll see if it works. Kiddo's PC went out. I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. That sucks. If you bought a pre-built, you could always see if it's still under warranty and get that fixed up. But aside from that, just as long as it's something with off-the-shelf components, you can get it repaired locally. I hope that's fixable. Yeah, the red is super nice. It is. The thing about it is, I go with any case that I can go with that has a white interior. Always films better, so that's what I will always choose if I have a choice. Okay, now that we're back up and running, let's get logged in here. And let's see if this pops up on its own. No, I don't want to do that. Let's finish setting up your PC. Let's not. Okay. Run HYTE Nexus. Yes. All right, there we go. So I would say I probably didn't need to restart it. I probably could have just shut down the process for HYTE Nexus and then restarted it, and it would have been just fine. Now, this is not this PC's final form, by the way. This PC is likely going to be getting different motherboard, CPU, GPU, and basically lots of custom liquid cooling in this. I really, really wanted to go all out with the Y70 Touch because of the screen, because of the modding the modding opportunities that I think it presents. I even have an awesome name for it that is going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be probably the first modded build I've done in basically a really long time since I became a YouTuber. I haven't really done anything super modded like that. But yeah, so I have enough to get the last fan lit up because I got another splitter here and another controller. NZXT, get rid of the proprietary connectors, or at least include adapters to standard 3-pin RGB, please. I mean, even Corsair's done that at this point. You can too. It's a reseller / scalpers. Who's doing that? Who's scalping right now? I want to get either iBuyPower Y40 with 7700, 4070 for... I can't tell you if something's worth it if I don't know what you're going to use it for. So that's not really what the stream is. But those are going to start up on Twitch here soon enough. Although I guess I could, when I do those streams, they could be on both Twitch and YouTube. And having VODs on YouTube forever that show me helping people out could prove to be pretty useful because people can go through and be like, well, that's my budget, yada, yada. And it could even put chapters on there. Huh. Okay. Anyway, we got our monitoring back up, sort of. It's just the background right now. What's the deal with that? There it is. We got it. But the Twitch chat thing is not functioning. Remember, this is beta software, guys. They might even have released an update to it since I installed it. Okay, we'll see if that fixes it. Okay, so here's the plan. Here's the plan for this stream. Okay. We'll go over some quick functionality here, how this works, yada yada, like I mentioned. And then what I'd like to do, I'm wondering if I should just do the testing first. I want to show you guys the sound problem, the acoustic problem with the fans in the bottom, and I can do that really quick. We're gonna go to NZXT's cam real quick and check this out. Okay. We're gonna go to cooling. Let's go here actually. So if we go here to cooling, can't really see my monitoring there. There we go. If we go here to cooling and I switch, right now I have it on silent mode, right? So what if, our temps are obviously fine, but what if I go with fixed and then we just like raise that up? There we go. Just maximum. That's right. I took the filter off on the bottom because it was annoying me, but that wasn't the main issue with the audio, with the acoustics. So all the fans are currently being run by NZXT Cam. Actually not as bad as it was, and I'm wondering if we're still getting our maximum, if we're actually getting our maximum. One cool thing about cam is that you can tell it, hey, go for GPU temps, configure for GPU temperatures. Let me see here. Wasn't the pump? Nope. Yeah, it's set to 100% right now, but it's not as loud as it was before. Before I installed cam, basically. But it's just the thing with the fans on the bottom is that they're right up against the frame, and that can sometimes cause, like, you can get like shearing or turbulence with the air being pulled in, and that can cause extra noise. What I'm thinking is because this can handle, I think, a bit thicker fans in that basement there, the fan basement there, I believe I can put some spacers between the fan and the frame just to space that out a little bit. You know what? But if it's not super loud, I guess I'll just ignore it. Maybe it was just me imagining things before. Stranger things have happened. Let's just go back to our regular configuration then. Okay. That gives us, hey, it gives us less to do in this. So we'll set this for performance. It's going to run at 50%. And you can change these configurations. We're not looking at HYTE stuff. This is NZXT, their cam software. You could even go in and say performance is actually going to go a bit lower to 25% until we get to about 35 degrees Celsius on the liquid temps, and then bam, it'll go up to 50%. And at 60 degrees Celsius on the liquid temperatures, it's at 100%. That's it. So I think we'll leave it at that for now. I also never changed the lighting, but the white looks fine. I don't have to set everything to purple all the time. I know it's that is blasphemy. Okay, I got it. I get it. I know my own chat rules. Okay. Mike Brazone says, ask for a 4070 Ti for no greater price and close the deal. Mike, that's not necessarily how things work when you're working with a system integrator, especially if that's like a ready system, like an RDY system. That's boxed up and packed up and ready to ship in a matter of a couple of days. Not really something where haggling is a thing, but I appreciate the gumption. Go for purple, sure. Okay. Downside is I got to go through each one of these individually, it seems. So fixed. All right. I've already chosen color here. There we go. That's actually electric indigo, my favorite RGB color. 6800 FF is the hex code in case you want that. There we go. Not all of them. It looks like the top fans or the AIO fans didn't really. Oh, it's they're separate down here. Okay. Yeah, so that color is actually electric indigo. That's what it's called. And that's what I sort of chose for my brand color, and it was really stupid because there's no Pantone for that. So I can't actually get things made in that. There you go. Let there be purple. Well, purplish, bluish purple. That's what electric indigo is, really. It is a color that kind of has that cold look to it. Coldness. You know, like it looks cold. All right. So we're just messing around with this right now. We're just having fun with this right now. But okay, so what they call this, this is faces. Each one of these things is called a face. Okay. So I'm actually going to add in this. This other camera here. Let me actually go back to this. It's CL Pro. Well, which one is it actually? That would be HDMI 4. Let's just copy this. Copy that, and then we'll go to this and paste it. But now my face is covered. Oh no. Did not mean to do that. Let's just undo. Okay, so if we have that, then yeah, this works. This works just fine. I'll just make myself a little smaller here. Okay, so can see the RGB from the bottom too, underglow? Absolutely, except one of those is not active. But okay, so when you're looking at the faces though, that's what they call the widgets, all the little things here. And you have options. So you can have a media player on there. See, now we have Twitch chat working. Thank you, Dan, for saying something in Twitch chat. You've got Twitch chat, media player, OBS. I'm not sure what OBS is going to do, what your options are there, but we can maybe do another page and just add OBS in there. Oh, there's no OBS on this PC, so I can't actually. That might be where you can change scenes and do things like that. So that's not actually a thing. The block game is what it is. It's Tetris basically on the screen here. And then we have shortcuts to open up things. We have a few here in the bottom, but you can have, I suppose, custom ones there as well. You can even edit the dock down here to edit what's going to be down there. So you have so let's say we hit our. Oh wait, I'm not showing it right now. 1 second. Let's go back here. What? Okay. So say we hit our File Explorer right there, and that's going to open File Explorer on the PC. There you go. And if you go here and hit that, you're going to have your task manager pop up. It's behind this though, but there you go. So you can just check your, how everything's running here. Good, great, awesome, yay. The thing is, if you're planning on doing something like a PC in a $360 case like this, you're probably not planning on doing something that's going to actually be very affected by the amount of resources required to run this screen. So if you're getting a $360 case for a system that you're going to put 16 gigs of RAM into, that's not good. If you want a HYTE case for a system at that price point, get a Y40. It's just better that way. I mean, you don't need as much space if you're getting a more budget-oriented GPU. And even if you get even the Y60, there is a screen mod for the Y60 that you can get. It's just there's more manual installation of that. You have to print out your own mounting bracket, things like that. They have erased that issue from the Y70. It's all just integrated. I could wish that they had a version available with no screen that would cost $150 less. I think that would be cool. For those who just want the larger size, the more, more capacity in there, more PCIe slots, more slot width there for larger GPUs. I think that would be awesome. But for someone who's getting a GPU that is the size that would require that many slots for that vertical mounting there, that extra $150 or so for the case is probably a drop in the bucket when it comes to the price of the overall build. So I'm back and forth on that myself. But anyway, back to this here, looking at some of the other options. You have a calculator you can throw up there, which, sure, I think it's actually still on here. So you can actually use calculator right there if you want to. There's an emoji keyboard, especially if you're using something like an app that doesn't really have emojis as part of the text options there. Pretty cool. Just do that, and it'll insert an emoji wherever you have your, wherever text prompt you're in, it'll insert an emoji. You can bring up your gallery, so your photo gallery, something like that. Show the weather, performance stuff we've already got on there, and I've already shown that. This is just a screen time monitor. So if you're trying to work on your own health, or if you're building your kid's PC, you can actually have it report what kind of screen time they've been using, what kind of apps they've been using the most on screen time there. There's a clock thing, which I took off there with different sort of options for it. You can have a shortcut to open a website I think it'll show some stuff there on the widget as well, depending on the website. And lighting controls, which I'd like to actually mess with that. So let's go to this page here where there's nothing there. Let's add lighting controls. Excuse me. I imagine this is more useful if you're having the HYTE software, the Nexus software, run your RGB, which I'm not doing. But as you can see here, it shows you, animate, screen mirror, audio visualization, media, static. Now, there's even an audio visualizer that you can probably that you'll be able to throw on there. That'll just, when you're playing music, it'll just do graphic stuff. But that's not a thing yet. IFTT as well. And just a notes thing, which is not really done yet. Google Calendar and RSS feeds. Lots of features being thrown in there. Let's try one out right now, though. Let's try the block game and see how I can do with this when I can't really see the screen. Gypsy Queen 2200, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't care about cases, but I do love this one, says Domgag. Okay. I considered a thermal take back in 2022, but for $30 extra per sled tray for the SATA peripherals, I passed. Yeah, I will say that that's one thing about this case right here, is that all the extras are pretty much included. That's it. Like, you're going to get 2 sleds for either, mechanical hard drives or SATA drives, tons of cable management room, all the screen, the cabling, USB-C and DisplayPort cabling, all that pre-run and everything for your screen on the front. Oh, I mean, it's the only thing you're not getting with this is fans, and they rightly assume that most people buying a case in this price range want to get their own fans. So, makes sense. I would assume this will cost more than I'm willing to pay. It's $359. When you consider that it has a 14-inch, 10-point touchscreen, that's roughly 4K resolution, that would run you north of $150 by itself. So, no surprise there. That's just how it's going to be. In any large case like this that can handle really large hardware, or high heat output hardware, is going to be around $150 to $200 by itself anyway. So altogether, the price does make sense. Doesn't mean you have to like it or buy it. Mike, I mean, that's the right product for you. That's the right price point for you. If you're looking for value over flash, over like pizzazz, this is not the case for you. And that goes for everybody, if that's what you're prioritizing. So I'm going to go here. Let me try making the screen larger, and I'm going to try to do this using my let's see how this goes. I can barely see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is our block game right here. All right, so let's go here. There we go. Yeah, just bring that down. Okay. Not happy with this, but all right. That's just bad luck right there. Okay. Sure. Let's close that off, I suppose. What the heck, man? How many times am I going to get that piece? Okay. Let's see if I can time this right. All right. Wish me luck, guys. I got to get this right. Yes, got it. There we go. Nice. Of course, I've got that gap over there. That's just great. There we go. Bam. It's Tetris. They can't call it Tetris, but it's Tetris. Sure. Plays pretty well to me. I don't know. Oh boy, here we go. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. I'm ending it on that. That's it. It's over. Oh man. Oh wait, hold on. It's like shaking the whole thing. Like it's just still partying. Okay. That made me want to keep going. This is what you want to use your $360 case for, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just need to get that one so I can open up that one corner. Bam. All right, and it's open. There you go. All right. Is that it? Should I stop now? Okay. Just go here, swipe up from the bottom. There you go. Block game is gone. That was pretty good, right? I think I rocked that pretty well. That one light is driving me crazy because it's blocking off my little buddy RGB up there. Okay. So that's the features. That's all the features you're going to be looking at there. Let me get my screen monitoring to stop blocking everything. True. Hey, Dr. Dilly, how's it going? Says, hi, big fan. Oh, I'm a fan of yours. It was cool meeting you over at TwitchCon. You know, like case be on wholly unique and original modifying glass panels, left-hand mesh. That is an expensive part to fabricate. There is a lot to like. It is, yeah, this is not cheap to make for sure. Hey guys, by the way, if you're over on YouTube watching there, please drop a like for the stream. Help bring it up in the algorithm for other peoples. Off topic, but what are your thoughts on MSI Afterburner? Legend Larry, I am going to be using MSI Afterburner here. MSI Afterburner is fine. It wasn't updated for a really long time, but because MSI wasn't paying the guy who was making it. Basically, one dude who keeps Afterburner going. But they did get that rectified. They do have an update for it, so I mean, they did get an update for it, so it's all up to date now, and I like to use it. So basically, it's my favorite way to get. Oh, I almost forgot to do that. My favorite way to get telemetry on the screen, frame rates, things like that. Let's go here. Oh, well, real quick, show y'all some of the things that I tend to do whenever I am. Let me close this off. Whenever I'm setting up Windows on a new PC here. Here we go. So first off, I cannot stand the Windows 11 thing where they put the start menu in the middle. So you basically go to your taskbar here, right click it, taskbar settings, behaviors, and then you move that to the left. I also set it to automatically hide the taskbar, so there's that. The other thing is to turn off all of the junk that it throws in here, all right? So go here, search box, just hide that. You can search in the start menu and turn off task view, widgets, and chat. There you go, easy peasy. There's other system tray icons as well that you can hide. Microsoft OneDrive, turn that off. I have all of these also turned off. Well, they're off right now, but there you go. So yeah, that's the way that I pretty much clean up my start menu. Look at how clean that is. Although one problem here, don't need Microsoft Edge. Thank you very much. And wasn't Microsoft Store one I'm supposed to be able to take off too? What the heck? But you know what? Whatever. Okay. So that's just something that I like to do there. Now we've got all this set up. We got all that running. Yeah. So I also set up Afterburner already, but there's one more thing I needed to do, which was to I need to go into Counter-Strike 2, and I need to go put in a certain line that allows it to show a third-party OSD on-screen display. So let me do that really quick. But yeah, Dr. Dilly, this is the HYTE Y70. I did a build on YouTube stream on Tuesday night. And it ran for like 4.5 hours, 5 hours. And it was like 2 in the morning. I was like, I'm done. We'll come back on Friday and we'll do the testing and thermals, because we're going to take this exact system and put it in a different case next week that's debuting next week. That even if you've heard of this one ahead of time, you have not heard of the other one. All right. And we're going to see exact thermal comparison, see how it does. Probably going to be pretty similar, honestly. Hey, Bears Beats and Battlestars, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Becca with Flower. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gifted sub. I don't have those sounds going into my ears. I don't know why. Under accessibility, you have to go to the keyboard, turn off the shortcut to sticky keys. Yeah, I know. The thing is, if I knew I was going to be doing something that might bring up sticky keys, I would do that immediately. But yeah. Sure, I'll show how to do that real quick. Okay, settings. And then am I showing this? Yes, okay. Accessibility. And where would it be? Keyboard. And then sticky keys. Well, that is off. So, okay, good. So then we have to do the keyboard shortcut off. Just turn all these off. Okay. And filter keys. Turn off all of these shortcuts. Basically means like if you're holding down shift for a long period of time, or you do it twice or whatever, it interrupts everything you're doing and be like, hey, you want sticky keys, dude? Oh man, I got you. Got your sticky keys right here. And you're like, I don't want that. That's not going to happen anymore. Okay, that's how you do that. So let's go back over here for a second while I remember how to do the other thing for Counter-Strike. 1 second. What was that? I could always just open it up on my other PC because I have that command in there for that, but it's just like allow third-party something or other. Okay, allow third-party software. That's what it is. Once I get Steam up and I've got all that ready to go, I will show it. Okay, so basically, what you want to do is you right click and go to properties for Counter-Strike. If you're trying to use, MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner Statistics Server showing your FPS while playing Counter-Strike, you have to go to properties for it. Right click on the game in your library, hit properties, go to general, launch options, and just put that into there. Allow third-party software, starting with a dash and then with an underscore between each word. And there you go. That should do the trick. Okay, and there's no like confirmation or anything. That's just in there now. So let's open it up. Why not? Oh, I got to get. I cannot talk too much tonight, man. It's flu really hit me hard yesterday and the day before. Hope you guys don't mind some cough drop ASMR. I forgot to turn on Hardware Info 64. Also, I wanted to run Cinebench and all the other stuff. I got excited. Let's just cancel this. This is all going to bring it up. Okay, go here. Did I not put? I didn't put Cinebench on here. 1 second. I just needed to go grab that command really quick. I was like, oh, yeah, what was it again? Oh yeah, allow third-party software. I don't know how these official, actual software sites will allow their advertisers to put up crap like giant download buttons that open up their ads. It's the stupidest thing ever. I'm talking about like right here, guru3d.com, reputable, okay? Place to get Cinebench R23. They allow these ads. Like that's not to get the software you want. And they allow ads like that. There it is again. Looks like here's another one. Who the hell knows what that's going to do? Yeah, don't even. There's download mirrors here. And if we... It looks like the actual thing. But yeah, just watch out for that stuff. There we go. But yeah, they let you do this crap. They let their advertisers do this crap. It's so stupid. Okay, we go there, put it in with everything else. There we go. All right. Just watch out for that stuff, guys. Yeah. Come on. I don't have this thing on like my fastest connection, that's for sure. Banshee boys, how's it going? It's been a minute. Feel free to send me that Y70 once you're done with it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be done with this thing for a very, very long time. I've got a big project planned for it. But you know, I buy run-in clearance, so 24 months from now, hey, there you go. I beat you the other night on a build off you didn't even know you were having. Says Joe Huckins. I will never do a build off. I'm not a fast builder. I'm very slow. I used to be fast. I used to be a lot of things. I'm 41 now. I'm not many of those things anymore. The thing is, I'm now that I've slowed down when I'm building, I'm more consistent. Like, I make fewer mistakes. But there were times where I had to build 10 to 15 systems in a day at work, and then it's like, cable management, what even is that? Who cares? Just get the thing done. We need this many back office PCs done by the end of the day. Okay, cool. Sure. Good to go. Yeah, those days are long gone, thankfully. I get to relax and enjoy myself now. But were you doing a build in Y70? Did you grab yourself one of those? I mean, they did just launch, so I would be surprised. Unless you are a content creator and they gave you one. If that's the case, then cool. I don't know. Okay. Let's do the old Cinebench thing after I get hardware info installed as well. Let's go with sensors only. I just downloaded this version. What do you, oh, it's a beta. I don't want betas. Thank you. Do not notify me about beta versions. Thank you very much. Bye. All right. Okay, how should I do this since I have my camera in the bottom right? Yeah. Okay, sure. All right, I accept. Whatever. There we go. Go here. Let's do it this way. Now, when you're installing the software, you're actually able to tell it how often do you want the software to poll the system for telemetry, which is pretty cool. If you want it to poll every second, cool, but it's going to take up a little bit more resources to do it that way. If you want it to poll your system for temps and things like that every 15 seconds, you can do that, and it's going to be less taxing on your system. Pretty cool. I do like that a lot. Okay, I'm still blocking a little bit. Sure, that'll do. Let me go also close things we don't need. Do that. Leave that open. Why do they put the GPU so far down? Okay. Okay. Not that we're really going to be taxing the GPU with Cinebench. Cinebench is meant to tax your CPU far more than it ever will be during normal usage, for sure. So let's go to our advanced. We can set the minimum to 10 minutes, or we can just let's let it run one. Let's just let it run one Cinebench. All right. So our fans should kick in pretty hardcore over here. CP package is at 92 degrees Celsius. It's not kicking in too much, that's for sure, but okay. Ah, there we go. Now we're seeing the results. It ramped up at its own pace, for sure. But, oh no, the temps went down because it finished. That's a pretty low score for this. But then again, I don't have multi-core enhancement enabled. I did not enable that. I should go enable that in the BIOS real quick. Let's go turn on MCE real quick. My bad. It was pretty slow to ramp up. You want it to be kind of snappy honestly. Let's go do that. So I realize, of course, that multi-streaming is going to cause my my YouTube viewership to drop quite a bit. There's a lot of people who prefer watching on Twitch. That's totally fine with me. The main reason for me to multi-stream to YouTube, for those who prefer the YouTube interface and all that, it's for you guys. Secondary reason, to keep those VODs up forever, right? Pretty cool. But, you know, the thing about it is YouTube is better about VODs. It keeps them forever, however long you want to. I like that. Oh, it was a tie. Okay. That's all good. Oh my God. Are you serious? It brought the BIOS up on the freaking built-in screen. That's not ideal. HYTE, what the hell? I don't want that. That's super annoying. Okay? I don't want that. I don't want it to pop up there. I want it to pop up on my main monitor. Okay, that's clearly a problem. We don't like that. And let me guess. Now it's going to be on the back screen here. That's hilarious. Multi-streaming. Braythorn is everywhere. What's up, TJ? How's it going? Been busy with the kids. Banshee, totally understand. I was just building to build. So this is fully what Joe said. Building to build a build to post on Java. I always have something going in the background so I can try to learn from others. I've been watching you for some time on YouTube, but it took me forever on my build. So I was looking around at like 2 a.m. and you're still building, and I was like, I'm not gonna let him beat me, but I'm pretty sure it was a tie. Yeah, there was a few times where I was like, I probably need to speed this up a little bit because I was supposed to do testing like then. All right, I need to see if maybe I need to go directly HDMI direct into this monitor, but that was ridiculous. Why would it think that I want my BIOS to come up on that tiny? It's not a tiny screen. It's a large screen for a touchscreen for like a nice thing to have, but it doesn't quite work for changing settings in BIOS. Yeah, I was wondering when that was going to happen, but I'm glad to hear it. That's the crew over at Alexander PCs are in a new facility now. That should bring it up here. I won't be able to capture it anymore, but you know, because I had to bypass my capture card. It's the fault of your NVIDIA GPU, Bray. The order of the DP monitors picks which one the BIOS comes up on. Yeah, well, okay. And I have to go HDMI out to my capture card, so yeah, I get it. Would this thing like to attempt to show me my BIOS, for freak's sake? Come on. But how are you guys doing? Yeah, Stephen V. This thing has more clearance than the Y40 or Y60. It has a full extra slot, plus a little extra space. I'm running a gigantic 4080 in here. No problems with the temps. 4090 is not going to be a problem either. Oh, lock-in stream. That sounds fun. Where's my invite? Okay, I think we're getting it now. Are we? Are you going to work now? You going to give it a shot? Oh, you're going to say no signal detected. That's cool. To be fair, I've had little issues like that before with this Mobius monitor. It sometimes is a little bit picky on inputs. Okay, you're turning on. You're there. I see you. Are we having fun? Everybody having fun? I'm having a great time. I just want to enable multi-core enhancement. Come on. Give me a freaking break. All right. Let's just restart it here. Bring this around the back. There we go. I really did not need to add in this extra screen. I mean, the whole point of this case is that it comes with one already. But there wasn't any real, like, obvious mounting point for rear fans. And it looked like just kind of empty. That's the noise I'm talking about. You hear that? That's when the fans are actually at 100%. I missed my opportunity to go into BIOS, but I'm going to go ahead and try that again. That's when the fans are actually at 100%. So that means in the NZXT software, when I set it to 100%, it's not actually going to 100%. NZXT, why is that? What's the deal with that? Okay, so now I'll remember to go ahead and hit this. But when that noise came up, I was like, I need to show this to chat. I need you guys to hear this. Oh, Metallica. Yeah. Hey, Brave, play any Fortnite or COD? Nope, not really. Not really in my bag. Never really been into. Well, I used to be super into FPS, but that went away when I started getting tremors. It's really not that into it anymore because I can't be that good at it anymore. Okay. Oh, you can turn off CPU thermal throttling. That's interesting. Just let it roast. I'm really like already not familiar with too many ASRock BIOS, but the ASRock BIOS with the NZXT add-on over it, like their skin over it, is like even harder to navigate, just out of lack of familiarity. So the thing about ASRock BIOS, right, in general, because ASRock manufactures the N7 motherboards and the N5 motherboards for NZXT. NZXT does the aesthetics, and they have their own sort of BIOS interface. But with ASRock BIOS, the thing about those is that they give you every feature on every board. You just have to figure out how to find it. Whereas other motherboards will other motherboard manufacturers will have fancy names for the same thing in their BIOS, which is annoying, but they make it a lot easier to get to. Now, I'm not trying to mess with memory. Why are you doing that? So what ASRock does is they just drop every feature into every BIOS. You just have to sort through it. And it looks like everything is enabled here. Yeah, it's all enabled here. Well, I'm just gonna let it run like that. If that's the way, if that's what it gets, if that's the score it gets at this rate, that's what I'll do. Fine. I've seen the 13900K. I've seen the 13900K do far better in Cinebench than that by like 4,000 points. But if there's not just gonna be in simple settings for like, it looks like everything is active and set to auto. It just seems like it held back because the fans ramped up super slowly. I'm not a big fan of that. No pun intended at all, actually. Turn off CPU thermal throttling. You could cook a tiny steak in your IHS. I think I'm good. I'm good. All right, let me get everything else hooked back up. We really don't need this back screen. I'm not even going to hook that up. I need to hook this back into my capture card. And that should pop right up. Hello, Barry. Thanks for dropping by the No App stream on Wednesday. Of course. Absolutely. What I want to know is he going to start multi-streaming as well now that Twitch allows it? Because, yeah, it can hurt viewership on YouTube. That's what I'm doing now. And usually where I'll sit at like 70 or whatever. I'm at like 25 on YouTube. But, you know, other viewership on Twitch. So has he been thinking about that? I don't suppose you know. I don't suppose you can read his mind, actually. So I don't know. Would you be willing to list your favorite anime list from S tier down through A, B, C, and D on one of your streams? Can tell by the digital art you must be a fan. That sounds like a stream that would make people angry because they want me to help to either do PC related things or help them do PC related things. So I'm pretty sure we would have a mutiny on our hands if I tried to do that. Unfortunately, much as I would like to. Twitch has a far better user experience. YouTube limits you to 720p if you want the chat in the same window. And I have a 2K monitor, so that's tiny. Really? Oh, I see what you're saying when you're watching. Right. But yeah, Triple B. I'm gonna call you Triple B if that's all right. That's Bears Beats and Battlestars. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge anime nerd. I have been for a long time. Always been my one of my absolute favorite genres of media. Why did this change? This totally changed up my display settings too. What the heck? It's trying to use that display as my main one now. God. Okay. I almost feel like they shouldn't have made it available as a regular monitor. They should have just kept it as being a proprietary thing. I wish they had, because Windows is not good at this. Windows is not good at managing monitors being flipped around and changed around and stuff. It just gets all weirded out by it. When there's a lot of things Windows is bad at, but that's one of them for sure. Now I can start this back up. Oh, I do have it open. Yeah, I do have that up. Yes. Please run that. Thank you. There we go. We got our screen thingy going. Well, you can do an HYTE setup instead of the HYTE software this way too. Nope. HYTE sensor panels suck. I spent so long working on that crap. Way too long. And then it just it'll start up and everything's just moved around. I hate HYTE sensor panel crap. I have set it up for myself, for other people's PCs, and it's just, and I don't mean to have such a strong reaction to it. It's just, they need to work that stuff out themselves. It's supposed to be you pay for Pro, which I did for a long time, and it would just never keep its orientation of different things. It's just stupid. But also because it has to work with Windows display management, which is, again, terrible. This right here, this is way better. Having software that just runs widgets for you is going to be more limited. Yeah. But it's fine. I like that limitation because it means it can't be as screwy. I mean, the customization you can do with HYTE is awesome. I mean, the visuals, everything, super cool. But it just does not run very well. It doesn't keep its settings very well. And it's not very user-friendly for those who are new to it. Took me a while to figure all that out. But I did. And then I figured I didn't like it. Okay, what was I doing? So we're just going to run we're just going to try to get some temps on Cinebench real quick. Okay, hardware info, get that running. Yes. I've really been wasting a lot of time with this. I'm sorry about that, guys. Don't mean to waste your time. I really don't. Just get this all going. Check our temps. Have that off to the side here, and we'll see how we do. If I really wanted to stress this out, I could run Furmark and Cinebench all at once. We got 1200 watt power supply. It can handle it. But now we're going to go ahead and set our minimum test time to 10 minutes just to reach heat soak on the AIO. And we will see how that goes. I haven't installed Furmark, so I can't really do that just yet, but I will be installing it. I will be doing that for sure. Pardon me. HYTE is on a roll with their case rollouts. TJ, did you get to catch any of the stream when I was building in this thing? Did I fix the AIO orientation? That was a different PC. This is the one I built on Tuesday. ISO Bandit raiding with a party of 2. Thank you for the raid, my friend. I appreciate that. Well, our maximum CPU temp was 97. Core temp at 88 degrees Celsius right now. Very manageable. The first stream I've dropped it on since you started back up. It's been wild with the move prep and then the move itself. I know that. I can only imagine, man. Oh, you remember that? Yeah. No, I didn't like the filter being on the bottom of this. And honestly, I wish they would cancel the launch, recall all the cases, redesign that, and throw these away. But that's because I'm just very, very adamant about ergonomics. And so is HYTE, which is crazy. This whole thing is about ergonomics, having this screen on there. You have easy reach to manipulate your system, add a touch, really nice. You know, being able to open stuff without having to navigate through a bunch of menus and stuff like that's great. But it's easy to get lost in the weeds on fancy ergonomics and forget the basics. And the fact that you have to tilt your system over and potentially even lay it on its side to remove the bottom filter, which is what feeds fresh air to your GPU, is just a massive oversight. Even if it had to be removed from the back, I would rather that than have to tilt the system in any way. Oh, you referenced the Rob Teller interview. Interesting. What were you looking for in there? Only pulling 280 watts. Did you pick 280 as your PL in the BIOS? It's what it was set to. Honestly, Org Chaos, I'm happy about that because there's so many motherboards out there that just pump way too much wattage into these CPUs. I mean, do you remember the 13600K that was reaching like 230 in that one system? And that was an ASRock system. So this thing is set to not run too much wattage. I'm fine with that. If it's the same across from one system to another, I'm going to leave it like that. Even if it scores a bit lower, most people don't need to be running over 300 watts into their CPU. That's for sure. Well, this is good. So far, something that we're doing in here is keeping pre-rolls from running on Twitch, so that's good. I like that. I mean, you guys probably remember that I was, we used to be chilling at like 110 viewers on Twitch and whatnot when I would do PC recommendation streams. This is different. Now I'm splitting viewership between here and YouTube. Maybe multi-streaming is not something that I need to be doing, but I think I would rather do that than not because I can. And of course, I am keeping an eye on the YouTube stream, the YouTube chat, unless that hasn't been updating. But no, it looks like it's up to date. Yeah, 380 instead of 253 watts. Yeah. I mean, I could always change it again. It's just, yeah, the limit was set to that. So looks like our max did hit is hitting 102, just like it'll peak and then bring it down. CPU package is at 100 degrees Celsius. That's the thing. It's a 13900K. this thing will hit, it will still hit 100 Celsius now and then. That's how they roll. But yeah, it does bug me though, that even though in the NZXT cam software, I told it, hey, at these temperatures, run the fans at 100%. We literally heard the fans run louder at startup than they're running here. NZXT 100% means 100%. So if we need to split up the fans because some can run faster than others, let us do that. At least you're not writing 100C. Yeah, it'll pop into it every now and then. Have everyone open it in both and mute one. Well, I mean, I would love that. And if you guys want to open the YouTube stream and mute one, that would actually help me out. For those of you who are in the Twitch chat, because there's more people in Twitch than on YouTube. Same thing for the YouTube guys. Open up the Twitch stream, which is just twitch.tv/Braithorn, and mute whichever one you like. The YouTube stream, though, is running at a higher resolution. But for those of you who are out there with like a lower bandwidth for your internet speed, that's what the Twitch stream is going to be better for. It's going to be better for running it and keeping, for latency and all that, because it's going to run a lower bandwidth stream. The one downside to Restream is that I cannot use AV1 encoding up to YouTube anymore. Basically, OBS won't encode both. So until Twitch wakes the heck up and starts using AV1, that's where we're at. Yeah, YouTube's going to have more of a delay, but be at higher quality. So. The 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. Let's look at our clocks as well. Let's keep our core clocks up here. Looks like our maximum core clock has been just under 5,500 megahertz. That's not what the 13900K is truly capable of, but it's up there. Of course, with Intel processors, you can also download the XTU, the Extreme Tuning Utility, and you can run things through there instead of through your BIOS and tell it what to do. But here, we're just run what we brung. Whatever the motherboard is wanting us to run, I'm going to leave it like that, and we're going to run the same thing in the next system. So the cool thing is, the next time I stream something like this, it's going to be a case migration. We're going to migrate from this case to another one, and then we'll run the same tests there. Which will be easier to do than, a full-on build. It's still a build though. Case migration is in some ways more work than just doing a build. Yeah, XTU is good. It is. Excuse me. Looks like you guys get more cough drop ASMR. Yeah, or Chaos. So the point of doing these is for those who get something like a pre-built in this case, or in the other case that's going to be coming out, and aren't going to be doing those kinds of things. Because I've like tinkering with overclocking and all that stuff is fun. Not something I'd rather do live on stream. But yeah, undervolting is definitely a valid tactic for 13th and 14th gen Intel for sure. Thank you, Jakey. Appreciate that. Pork chop. I messaged Alexander PCs a couple days ago for a custom PC build, and they messaged me back 10 minutes later. Nice. Pork chop, considering that they're moving from one facility to another, that's pretty impressive. Okay, there we go. All right, 36,667 is the overall score. That score will usually drop over the 10-minute test, by the way. And our max temperature, 105 Celsius, but it never stayed at anything like that for long. It basically will peak up to that. And depending on your curves, your fan curves, it should not stay at that anything more than like half a second. Fans should just kick in quickly when that happens. But I don't know. I'm wondering about this NZXT fan curve that I'm using. See 104 here. And that's core temps. And that's going to be split up. That's going to be basically like, which one was it? It's going to be like 1 or 2 cores that got there. This is odd. Oh, the core max right here was 105, but it doesn't show. Here we go. 1 core, P core 5 hit 105 Celsius. Not the whole package, by the way. CPU package max was 102. But yeah, if we look at P core 5, that was probably the first to hit that 5.5 gigahertz before the fans had ramped up. So we're not looking at the whole thing roasting at 105 degrees Celsius. Funny thing. So I've been using this. Where did I put it? Well, basically I've been using, here we go. This is actually sent to me by Kelt over at Falcon Northwest to do that 14700K swap. This is KPX. And I never really used KPX before. I generally use Thermal Grizzly, and since I've been using this, the same thing happened on that PC on the Falcon Northwest Talon, where it reached over 100 Celsius, and I had never really had that happen until I started using KPX. So I'm wondering if there's like some kind of essential difference between Thermal Grizzly's compounds and of course KPX, and there is obviously, but it's interesting. Okay. I lost my preview window. Where did it go? Huh, interesting. Yeah, it disappeared. There we go. Got it. Okay. So now that that's done, let's get Furmark on here and do the same for our GPU. I think this is going to be the more interesting of the two tests because both of them are going to have, this case and the next one are going to have similar performance for CPU. But getting airflow from underneath for the GPU, depending on how they do that, is going to be interesting. And seeing the differences there. Why was that lit up on my taskbar? What do you want? Okay. All right, let's go to 1440 and then do a stress test here. Okay. So, but these were the final numbers here that'll be recorded. That's all for CPU stuff there. Cool, cool. Let's reset this. And bam. I like that this includes PresentMon now. I mean, I'm not charting it, but yeah. GPU busy is the new thing. Steve had that whole thing on their channel on Gamers Nexus about it. Northwest dialed in the BIOS for your old processor. You reset that with the BIOS update 14700K. Otherwise, 13900K can easily hit 100C on 3060mm AIO with MC on. Well, yeah, I mean, you can actually really easily tell because on the Talon, when you start it up, they have a custom BIOS splash screen that is the Falcon Northwest logo. Once I updated it, that was gone, and it went to the standard ASUS ROG BIOS splash screen. So yeah. That's a very good point, though, on the 13900K. I don't necessarily I don't recommend an i9 for a strictly gaming PC. I just don't. It doesn't matter if it's at the top of the charts. That's a lot of wasted potential if you're not doing more than just gaming. Yeah, this GPU is chilling, man. Max temperature 65 Celsius. Yeah. We're going to let it run for a little while. But yeah, this GPU is not having any issues whatsoever. About that company, customer service is insane. I'm going to be getting my new PC from them without hesitation. Awesome. Don't forget to use code BRAE, B-R-A-E, to do that. I'd like you spelled my name there. But pork chop, absolutely. Happy to make them. My goodness. Feel free to drop a like on the stream there on YouTube. And also, if you want to open it up on Twitch as well, just to help with the viewership for both, I do appreciate that. You can just mute whichever one you want. The higher quality stream is going to be on YouTube. If you're trying to see the little numbers and stuff, that's where the 4K stream is at. But, and yeah, for restream, you actually have to pay for transcoding. So I have to pay for I had to pay for 4 or 5 hours of that. I guess that'll run out eventually. Wonder what'll happen then. Interesting. I want Twitch to update their quality to 4K and go with AV1. The two things would go hand in hand. They're not going to spend they'll actually save money on bandwidth and be able to do 4K 30, 4K 60 streams if they just move to AV1 encoding. And then I don't have to pay extra for transcoding to both of them. That's why I'm probably not going to necessarily multi-stream every stream. Unless I move my streams on YouTube down to 1080p, which I'd rather keep those at 4K. Well, the GPU is pulling max power. For some reason, for me, Furmark didn't do a full power draw on my new AMD GPU. I had to use 3D Mark for full draw testing. Interesting. Sin Whipped says, what's up, dude? How's it going? What's up with you, dude? I'm hungry. That's what's up. Yeah, we are pulling, looking at power draw, 335 watts on a 4080. Sounds about right. Max temperature 667. Yeah. No, the improvements they made to airflow from the bottom, fantastic. Absolutely awesome. No denying that at all. They were quite thorough with that. I just wish they didn't have the dumbest way possible of removing that filter and cleaning it. It's so stupid. Nobody should have to risk potentially breaking their PC or their back just to maintain their PC. Sure, posture check sounds great. What is this? This is Furmark. We are stress testing a PC in the new HYTE Y70 case right here, which, let me close this out right here, which has this fancy integrated screen. It's got a 13900K and a 4080 in it. And yeah, that's what we're doing. This is just so I can show what's going on that little screen. Oh, looks like I got a little bit of Furmark peeking in over there. There can be a little bit. That's fine. I wonder if Lian Li patented the side removal filter panel. I don't think so, because there are other cases that have that. I couldn't name one to you right now, but I know there are other cases that have the side removal thing. But I don't know. I don't think anyone has it patented to remove the filter from the back, and I think that would be probably the best option for them. The reason they can't have you remove it from the front or the side is because of that angled corner there, meaning that it has to have this angled foot in the way. But removing it rearwards would be just fine. I wouldn't mind telling someone, oh yeah, you got to shift your PC to the side or pull it out just to get that filter out. I'd be fine with that. But telling people, oh, you have to tilt your PC on its side to get the filter out of there and do regular maintenance a couple times a year. That right there, they're causing a massive inconvenience for people twice a year, and it's baked right into the case. It's just built right into it. I don't like that. And I've watched other reviews. I don't think anybody else has noticed this. That or they're not mentioning it. I haven't seen every review out there, but here's the thing. If y'all find another review that has that, where someone mentions that problem, please let me know. Anyone else who thinks this is as big of a deal as I do, that would feel nice. I'd like to know. Okay, I think that's enough data for us right there. We've pretty much reached equilibrium. We're not going over 69 degrees Celsius. We're at 68.2 as a maximum, and then it has gone down from there. So yeah, this can definitely handle a 4080, no problem. I do have a 4090 over there that I could probably throw in there just to test, and I feel like I should do that. It just doesn't match the build. You know, it's not a matching part. Would you guys like me to do that? What do y'all think? Yep, I'm asking y'all a question, just so you know. You don't seem too sure about that, Steve. You seem a little doubtful. Do you guys think it would be useful information? Temps would likely be fine, but it is a larger GPU. Slightly. Very slightly, but it is larger. You know, we're going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to have to like if I decide like, oh, I really should have done that when it's in the next case, I'll be thinking like, I don't want to have to build it back into the Y70 case when that's going to be for a different build now and yada yada. Let me grab it. This is actually the GPU that is going to end up permanently in this build once I get, you know, the water block for it and stuff. But it's an Asus Tough Gaming 4090 right here. Not a small card in the slightest. Very, very large. But I think we've got our numbers here. This shouldn't take long. I'm just going to unseat one, put the other one in. But yeah, so we have our numbers. Let's make sure I get one last look at those. There are our numbers, our final numbers for it. And then we have max power usage of 338 watts and max temperature 68.3 degrees Celsius. There you go. So let's close all this out. I will shut it down, pop this thing in there, and we'll see what it does. Yeah, NVIDIA/AIBs are trying to put as many 4090s in China before they possibly get banned. I mean, they were really close. It was on the proposal. 4090s getting pretty scarce already. Yep. I mean, for one thing, that's kind of by design. They've never been shy about the fact that they've been aiming to control availability for a long time now, but yeah. Would be good to have an actual Phillips head on here. Hey, why'd you fall out of there? How dare you? There we go. Oh yeah, this thing is warm right now. I probably should have let it cool off before removing it. But what a beauty this thing is, though. I love the Gigabyte Aero cards. They're so gorgeous. Comparing the size, though, it's actually about the same thickness as the 4090. So, yeah, it's going to be about the same. But this thing can draw more power, so we'll see. Ah. Actually need to use the other little adapter that I got. Because it's flipped around on this one. And sorry about the sniffling and stuff, guys. I am getting over the flu. Which, streaming, honestly, is probably going to set me back just a little bit on that. Because of all the talking. So on this one, the 12V PWR connector is flipped around. So I have to use... I basically got an adapter for both cases. So for both types. Go nice and snug. I will say I do love the fact that there's like zero wiggle in those adapters. It's not something I would use for a long period of time because I don't know what the internals are like. But it's just like, what is it? Easy DIY 12H PWR 180 degree connector. That is all that is. And I think the big complaint with the cable mods ones were that they had a lot of wiggle. The V1.0 ones. No wiggle in these. All right, side panel must go back on. Let me just double check that. Make sure it's okay. We're good. And that's swapped. There you go. Just like that. The Asus TUF white card is nice too. You know, I had to fight to have an SI send me a white GPU. A high-end white GPU. They just don't send them to me. Literally none in channel right now. Really? I haven't seen the TUF card in white, basically, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so there is a white edition EK water block for the TUF Gaming 4090. So I've asked for one of those, and I can't, man, right when I'm like, oh yeah, I'll finally be able to use my formula board for a water cool build, although I know I need to have the internals of that actual cooler part on the VRMs swapped out. Otherwise you can get corrosion. This is just an oversight when they were first made. And all of that, but like right when I'm like finally going to do a liquid cool build where I can use that liquid cool VRM component, they come up with a new formula board. I'm like, oh my God, and this one's even nicer looking. Come on. Smoke, what's going on? And Binary Theory, how's it going? Steven, I'm already done with the swap out. If you hung around, that's it. It's just I'm just waiting for it to start up now. Should be popping up here any second. I say should, of course. I really hope that there's nothing wrong with this 4090 because there was nothing wrong with it before. But yeah, it's funny, Smoke. I just took out the white GPU out of this to put in a 4090 into it, but yeah, we'll see. What is going on with this thing? Come on. Okay. Let's give that another try. Don't judge me, but I just polished off an entire large pizza. I could definitely do that myself for sure right now. I might need to order one. I'm really hungry. So, for those who want, okay, do you guys want a hint as to what this thing is going to turn out like? Okay, the biggest hint I could give you would be by telling you the name of the project that this thing's going to turn into. Oh, nice. Binary Theory. Very cool. Glad to see you on both channels, by the way. OMG, it's pizza night here as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sounds great, actually. So, the tentative name for this project that it's going to turn into a whole modded thing, custom liquid cooled, all of that. I don't know if anyone's ever used this before, but it occurred to me earlier, and I was like, that's it. That's the name. Cryohazard. Huh? Huh? Yes. Like cryogenically frozen, right? Cryohazard. Awesome name. Tell me it ain't. Glad you like it, Binary Theory. This GPU is not displaying. That's unfortunate. I'm going to switch back really quick, and then I'm going to cry and worry over my Asus TUF 4090. Huh. I haven't tested this adapter. It could be the adapter. Let me remove that. This thing was cheaper than I would use on my own 4090, that's for sure. Could have bad sense pins or something, you know. I did hear that, and this is pretty exciting, that Cable Mod came out with a cable adapter thing that just deletes the sensor pins, that's the most sensitive part of the 12V PWR standard. All right, so that's removed. All right, spinning up. They usually will spin up and then stop spinning on the fans. That's very normal. Cryohazard sounds like a limited edition color of EK Cryofuel. Start blowing up Cat's phone. There you go. Smoke, glad to see you back on. Glad to see you on Twitch. I'm glad to see everybody on Twitch. Biohazard fan, I'm guessing. Well, I like the name, honestly, and I'm kind of inspired by, well, you guys will see. I have some pretty cool artistic touches I'm going to be adding to it. But some of the sort of NASA punk styling of Starfield, although Starfield is definitely a deeply flawed game that drives me out of my mind, but also I've had some fun with it. The NASA punk style is also very cool. So that plus sort of the industrialness of it, and some of the things that I've come across, like when you get into the abandoned cryogenic facilities, some of the stuff you see there, I'm kind of going for that kind of style. Cryo has a build with pair with the Aorus all-white PCB Mobo. Yeah, that or something with a metallic look to it, right? Like the silvery look to it. You can have a cryo cooler. No. No, nor like no Peltier cooler, nothing like that. No Sub-Zero build, but it's gonna it's for the look, really. What's up, JR? How's it going? Yeah, this is still not bringing up any video, so that's worrisome. Okay, I'm worried about my 4090 now. Well, let's pop the 4080 back in there, and I will simply cry myself to sleep tonight. And no, that's not the 4090 out of the Falcon Northwest Talon. That's a Founders Edition one. That one I can't, like, I need it for video editing and content creation and stuff. Well, video editing is content creation. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm not in my right mind right now. Great. Why you do this? Why you do this to me? Are you mad? Are you mad at me? I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with the contact pins or the contacts. Everything looks good. No burn marks or anything like that. Everything looks solid on this thing. No idea. Fans are spinning up. RGB was lighting up. Just no picture. Okay. Well, this one looks better in the build anyway. I know this adapter worked just fine, so. Okay. There we go. Oh, just to have those options. I didn't really though, did I? It seems to apparently be dead. So I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that 4090. Does it have a dual BIOS switch somehow in the wrong position? I don't think so. It has a switch, but the switch looked fine to me. Dan, why you got to say other chats like that? Is it something I shouldn't know? If you're talking about like Roby or something, we're friends. You can talk about Roby here. Y'all need to make sure you're following Roby Tech on every platform, please. He's awesome. I've been meaning to I wouldn't say retaliate, but just, you know, hit him back with a phone call during one of his streams. I told him I was going to do that. He's like, go ahead, man. Because he called me during that one stream. He and Deb both called me during that one stream. That was fun. Smoke is a mod for somebody you've met. Why are y'all being cagey? You just tell me. Besides, that actually sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen Smoke as a mod in someone's chat. I can't remember who. Okay, what the heck is going on? Because now this one's not displaying. That makes me feel better about my 4090 though. Is it just this monitor? That would make me mad because I've seen it to where this Mobius monitor will. They both work for Roby. Okay, cool, fine. There you go. Okay, I was there. Fine, yeah. I don't know why you guys don't just say that. Like, remind me. Oh yeah, Smoke's a mod for Roby. Oh yeah, okay. Dude, this is driving me crazy. Of course, or Chaos too, right? Yeah. Well, it makes me happy they all hang out in my stream too. Thank you for doing that. What do you mean, no signal detected? Bro. Is it my capture card, perhaps? I really want to get the AverMedia HDMI 2.1 capture card, but this Asus one has been pretty rock solid for me for a while now. Wait a second, we get paid? I missed that meeting then. It is true. All right, this is driving me out of my freaking mind here. God! Bypassing the capture card. You want to try it out now? You want to maybe wake up? Maybe display something? Right. Maybe I need to use this little side screen here. Maybe that will save it. Yeah, you can see underglow under there, and it also glows up onto your onto the GPU as well. Black Mamba. You can kind of see it here. So you can see some. If I block the lights, you can see the underglow there. Yeah. Okay, so my RGB kicked in. Maybe it's like a memory training thing whenever I swap a GPU, where it's like, whoa, 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 you can't just swap out something so critical like that and think nothing's going to happen. It says it's Steam Remote Play says it's available for streaming, so that's cool. Stressing out here. I had to Google Jaffa Cakes. That was me with what is it? Jammy Dodgers, I think is what they're called. I was watching some Doctor Who, and I was like, what the hell is a Jammy Dodger? Of course, everything there is all UK stuff anyway, British stuff. Yeah, this ain't displaying nothing, man. Not on the integrated screen, not on anything. Okay, so I unplugged it, replugged it back in, and now it's going to tell me no signal. Right? That we're going to do? Yeah, no signal detected. What if I go to the motherboard? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I go to the motherboard. Maybe it's turned off the dedicated. It's like switched away from the dedicated GPU. It did. What the hell? It came right up. Are you serious right now? That's what it was. That's what it was doing. I went to the motherboard integrated graphics, and it came up immediately. Hang on a second. Give me a second here. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Oh, how could I forget the fact that we're using a riser cable? And that's going to be one of the things that you got to deal with when you're getting yourself a HYTE case. It's always going to be utilizing a riser cable, and even a high quality one can cause issues because right now I'm trying to install NVIDIA drivers and it's saying, no, it can't continue because you need an NVIDIA graphics card to use our drivers. So if I go to device manager right now, it's going to be like, oh yeah, what graphics card? What are you talking about? I'll bet you. Okay. I have to. And don't judge me for. By the way, I realized something really stupid. I never installed the graphics drivers, but don't judge me for the fact that I'm looking at installing GeForce Experience. It was the quickest thing that came up on the Google search, and it's like, yeah, you can't do that because it requires NVIDIA graphics card. Okay, fair. Go to my device settings, and yeah, other devices, PCI device. So I'm gonna restart it, reseat our riser cable because probably me messing with it, unplugging a GPU, plugging another GPU, could have loosened it, something like that. We're about to find out. So, yeah. Oh, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see what I'm talking about. It's not showing you, so that's cool. Okay. That's a very helpful screen. Yeah, I don't have a 7-segment code display on the N7 like I did on my formula board. So yeah. Well, you're just not going to see that, I guess. Neato, thanks, capture card. Why are you messing up too? That's stupid. Let me disable it and re-enable it. There we go. Yeah. HYTE Y70 no touch. Oh no, lol. No, it's just Black Mamba. I just need to reseat the riser cable probably. So we'll give that a shot. Let me do that. Okay, cool. That's just not going to display. It's just not going to come up. Okay. All right. Great. I was going to do gaming tests without having installed graphics drivers, so that's stupid on my part already. Okay. You guys, one thing you guys got to remember, even though I built PCs for like 25 years, it's been a while for me because I just don't have to very often anymore. I don't get to do it as often as I used to. I miss it. I genuinely miss it, but like it means I'm out of practice at certain things, honestly. So this next couple months, I do have a couple of really cool build projects coming up. It's going to help me get back into the swing of things. All I've been doing is judging other people's build abilities, which, you know, I have the experience to be able to do that. That's not to say every build I ever do would ever be perfect. Okay. Okay, so that's reseated there. A little painful there, but it is. One thing I've come to understand about the like the what is it? These review sample cases versus the retail ones is that they are constructed a bit differently from the actual one you would get if you bought one. But yeah, it felt like the riser PCIe portion was a little bit loose. So I've reseated that. That should solve our problem. Let's actually put in the 4090 now. I need to know if that thing works. This thing is a chonker, man. It is very heavy. Why am I showing the screen? The hell is wrong with me? The whole time? Really? Damn. To be fair, I was a little distracted. It's nice though to see how much space this gigantic 4090 actually has from the glass. I mean, the tough 4090 is big. It's a big card, nearly 4-slot card, but it still has. Do I have a measuring tool around here? I have to have some kind of measuring tool around here. Where's it at? Whatever. I just want to get this hooked up. I just want to know that it works. So whatever. Sorry. Get that there. Off with that. There we go. Okay. So that is going. Good night. Good luck. We'll check back in the AM via YouTube. Thanks for the late evening info. You got it, of course. And we have picture, just like that. So yeah, it seems like the PCIe riser just needed to be reseated, and then we were good. And now we're going to be running a 4090. I'm going to go ahead and install the drivers though real quick. This is going to be good though, because when we compare the two cases, this one versus the upcoming one that has not been announced, that should be launching very soon. When we compare the two cases, we'll be able to compare both a 4080 and a 4090. Hate this. Okay, 1 second. Let's do that. Give me just a second, guys. Now, if you guys do want to go the easier route, install GeForce Experience, I definitely recommend that you shut off the in-game overlay, which is just in the regular settings there. But I'll bring it back to the screen whenever I'm done with this. That in-game overlay can be downright intrusive. Bro, dude, man, bro, what thermals you getting? That was a bit earlier. We're going to be doing some more here in a bit, but like I probably need to rerun Furmark, honestly. But like GPU maxed out at I think 68 degrees Celsius in Furmark, which we'll run that again. and the CPU is well managed. It would hit 100C at some points, but it was generally staying around 95C, which is great for a 13900K. So good thermals. Just installing that right now. So what time is it? I don't even know if I can do that anymore. Dang it. It would have to be that. All right, 1 second while this is finishing. I'll be right back. All right. Good thing that wasn't very breakable. Okay. I remembered at the last second that I wanted to order pizza, so thankfully they delivered till 1 in the morning. So let me go ahead and put that in real quick. Okay. Which do I want? Why are you making me sign in, dude? All right, I'm about to go to the other guys. You don't get this figured out. Wow, this is so slow. Yeah, basically, the only thing I had today was when Ari was coming home from work. She got me picked up some food. I was like, it's some onion rings, I guess. Bro, really? What do you mean you need my info? I'm signed in, dumbass. Oh, apparently that one's not taking delivered orders right now. Okay, guess I'm going to the other guys. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. Sorry, I need to do this before they shut down. I wasn't supposed to stream this late, of course, but I did, and I have been, and that's again. Here we go. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, cool. And that's. I got to be quick because otherwise they're going to shut it down. I'm just like going to come back to like 3 people watching. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. Okay, cool. All right. Neato. Let's get this back on here. Orders in. I can now proceed. Moving on to breadsticks and ranch. I'm ready for the long haul stream. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to end this around the time that food gets here. So. Oh my God, I don't care. Okay, cool. So let's open up Hardware Info 64 again. We'll just run our Furmark one more time. Now that we have actual GPU drivers on there, see what difference it makes. And of course, we're running this on the 4090 instead. Okay, 4090 is going. Let's see what we get. GPU power, 445 watts maximum so far. Interesting. That's what, like a good 100 more than the 4080. Makes sense. The Code 43 error would have been device manager, so not a 7-segment thing. Okay. Sure, yeah. Probably. So let's see what thermals we're getting here. 63.8 degrees Celsius so far. 64 degrees Celsius is the maximum and climbing. Now with the NZXT cam software, I can tell it to change the fan speed based on GPU temperature rather than CPU temperature. In that case, that would likely affect what we're seeing here. But as the GPU temperature causes the ambient temp inside the case to rise, that will raise the temperature of the CPU as it exhausts through the radiator for CPU cooling. So that will raise the fan speeds. Unfortunately, that's not super effective when you get your GPU just going absolutely bananas. So if you're focused on gaming and you're running NZXT cam, I recommend setting your case fans, if they're all running through cam, to be based off of GPU temperature rather than CPU temperature. Because that way, I mean, gaming, it's going to tax your GPU more than your CPU. Don't forget that. I got to say that there are some absolute goats within the community who, even through I cannot express how much how guilty I felt noticing that even as I didn't stream on Twitch since like February or March, that there was still a dozen or and a half people, like 20 or so people, who just kept their subs going for like to no benefit. Like, y'all are amazing. I'm gonna find out who those people are, and they're basically gonna get just perma status as honeybees. Perma status. Like, they don't have to subscribe anymore. They can drop that, and they'll just be permanently honeybees within the community, within the Discord community. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. TJ's one of them, by the way. 19-month subscriber. Man. WeSend TV says, Saturday bought Alexander PC Hoplite. It arrived yesterday. Cannot thank you and your hard work enough. Thing is a godsend. Awesome. Happy to hear it. Congrats. Hope you used code BRAE, B-R-A-E, to get a discount on that. It's already a great price on that thing, but only in cases of really low CPU temps do you really need to use GPU temps. My CPU maxes out at like 50-ish C. Yeah, but I mean, at least you'll have the system monitoring for the component that is more utilized than, you know, in that specific use case where it's like, I game. Gaming is all I do. Well, there you go. Okay, looks like 69.6 degrees Celsius. So now our max was just under 68 with the 4080. Here we're just under 70 with the 4090. I would say this thing can cool a 4090, not a problem. There are slightly larger 4090s in this one, like the Strix. But the funny thing about the Strix is that it has an even more robust cooling solution on it already. So that means that it's going to take whatever cooling is provided to it and cool even better. So I would say you're not going to have to worry about any size of GPU in this thing. Whereas with the Y70, you had to advise like, hey, don't go getting the largest GPU out there in the world and putting it in there. It might not cool that well. That is the thing of the past here. So for those of you, for the whales out there, dropping all your money on a 4090, yeah, it can cool that here. 100%. So I think I'll call that here. We've been running Furmark for how long? About 5 minutes. I'd say that's long enough for the GPU to reach its max temp. Okay. Very good. I'll go ahead and take out the 4090 really quick. Just pop back in the 4080, and we'll get back to our regular testing. We'll probably just run a couple games real quick, and then I'll call it night for the stream. Just because I have food on the way, and I'm very hungry. Very hungry. I do like this setup, though, because I did sort of change things with the setup to have that mic, this mic over here, where it's normally over there. For when I'm doing testing like this, this is really nice. I like this. Really should let this GPU cool down before I did this, but again, here we go. Don't know why I didn't do that. That does fit on there very snug. It does fit on there very snugly, these adapters. I'm not too dissatisfied with them. Pretty good job there. Oh, is it Easy DIY? Easy DIY dash fab. I mean, I've bought a couple things from them before, but nothing that I would power like. I don't know. It was a last minute thing because I wanted the build to look good, but it ended up working pretty well. Okay, 4090, go back to rest over here. And our 4080 is back in the game. Let's go. Send me back in, coach. Got it, buddy. I do find it surprising that HYTE doesn't provide something that sort of attaches to the base of the like the floor here, to sort of support the other side of the GPU, even though it's vertically mounted like this. It can still torque. It's still like when I'm screwing it in on the PCIe bracket, I still have to like hold it up while I do that. And then the PCIe bracket supports it, yes, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to have something sort of just a small little plastic piece that's adjustable under the side here. I don't know. I'm sure you could fab something up too. Very easily. Could also help for shipping too. Because you know iBuyPower is going to take their high-end, ready-to-ship PCs and build them into this case. Okay, good to go. That bottom fan is so loud. Those bottom fans are so loud against that frame. I would suggest for anyone building into this case, whenever you're installing your fans into the bottom part there on the bracket, put a couple of spacers there, like two spacers stacked on each corner, basically just to lift it up a little bit if you can. Hey, my PC won't post. Could you help? I'll tell you right now, that's really difficult to do remotely. And when I'm also trying to do a stream and then entertain people and make something that's going to be a YouTube video. But on our Discord, in our Discord community, we do have techies who can help. All you have to do is go to the Swarm Discord, which there should be a link in the description if it's on YouTube, and it should be in one of the panels if you're on Twitch. Join that. Go to the the Tech Questions forum and create a forum post describing the problem, pictures of codes, LEDs that are lighting up, things like that on your board, the troubleshooting LEDs, and they'll be much better equipped to help you out with that. Okay, so now that that's done, we'll just get a quick. I already did that. Okay, let's just throw a game up here. Here we go. Yeah, but the amount of steps that I would be Kid Supreme, the amount of steps I'd have to go through to help you post. If this was a troubleshooting stream, hey, bring your troubleshooting problems here. I'd be better equipped to do that. Otherwise, I'd have to ask you 1,000,001 questions And if that's the only information you can provide to me, I have no idea what it might be. One second, everybody. One second, everybody. There are some things where it's like, is two-factor authentication really necessary for this stupid launcher? Really? Nobody wants to steal my game progress. One second. Well, here, I can show this at least still. So stupid. Like, every game studio thinks they have to have their own stupid launcher with their own stupid account because they want all of your personal info, because if they ain't making enough money making the games, they can make more money selling your info. It's so stupid. I hate modern gaming in a lot of ways. It just needs to not be the way that it is. Please. Can everything just go? Can everyone just follow Baldur's Gate, Larian Studios methods here and just not do that stuff? Apparently I'm playing audio through that. I'd rather play it through not that. Let's see what else we got. Okay, well, it'll be captured by that, and it is probably really loud. Let's switch over here, and I'll be able to see that's pretty, yeah, it's going through there. Okay. Okay, so we've got quick preset is Ray Tracing Ultra. We're going to change this to have our DLSS set to, let's do performance. But everything else is DLSS Ultra. We're not doing ray reconstruction or frame generation. We're just leaving it like that. And motion blur off. That's the settings. Ray, don't forget, those are your settings. Okay. Apply, and then run benchmark. I don't think I start... Well, this is fine because it has its own FPS counter. I didn't start up MSI Afterburner, but that's fine. It'll have its own count for everything at the end. Say it louder for the people in the back. Jay Swift, what's up? How's it going? If I remember the rootkits like DRM of the Windows 7, etc. era, it has been worse. Like, you could only get a handful of activations, like they were trying to copy the draconian Windows XP activation. I don't know that that's worse. I don't know that I would say that's worse. It's bad. It's a different kind of bad. They're not really comparable. This whole thing of like everyone wanting to have an account of yours, like, I buy a game. Why do they need to know my email? Why does the studio need to know my email? You know? Like, Steam already has that. I bought it through Steam. Oh, Steam needs to know it for my account. That's it. Why is it that certain games have separate launchers if they're gonna if you're gonna buy it from a game launcher thing anyway? It's idiotic. It really is. Okay, there we have our numbers. We got 84.89 average FPS. This is rendering at rendering was 4K with performance DLSS without frame generation. and without ray reconstruction. Ray reconstruction would slow it down probably. Frame generation would speed it up probably. So we didn't run those two things. Yeah, we have our settings there for it. And my face is not blocking any of this. So good. All right, cool. Neato. We'll drop a round of CS2 real quick. I will need to have MSI Afterburner running for that. Ow. I'm not used to having this as part of my setup anymore. But I realize I'm not running the screen thing on here. Oh well. See, I have to go into the menu in order to exit. Like, there's a lot about Cyberpunk, like certain games where it's just like, their menus are so clunky and stupid. Like, yeah, cool, floating graphic. Just go to the menu just immediately. Why even? That's why there's mods out there that are specifically set up to just get rid of all the stupid. Just cut it off and dispose of the stupid. Like load just all these splash screens and loading screens. I don't care the 30th time I've opened this game. You know? Let's see. Let me go ahead and run this so we have our little screen thing running at least. Yes, yes. Okay. Now, if I close this, will it remain running? So I see it is here behind my head under the little. If I close that, it stays running. Good. And we've got our screen going. And you can see it right there. There it is. It's going. It's doing its thing. Neat. Okay. So let me run MSI Afterburner real quick. Yes. And then we can do CS2. Saw this camera setup so crystal clear at the Steam Deck Stream Deck booth. Probably talking about the it had like the Camlink Pro, very likely. Different from what I'm running here. This is just an actual mirrorless camera setup that I'm running. But I have used the Facecam. The Facecam Pro is what it is. Facecam Pro is the one they have. That's a 4K USB webcam. Very, very good camera, and I want one for my top-down cam because then I can zoom in and not really lose much visual fidelity on that. Okay, so I should be able to. There it is. We got all of our stats up there. Let's just get into a little practice thing. I'm not good. Don't think I'm pretending I'm good. I'm just gonna be checking for frame rates. Kid Supreme, you said, I asked a question and he sort of helped me out. I'm not sure who that was. It focused on multiple images at once. It was really impressive. Interesting. Wait, why am I up here? I'm in dust too, right? What the heck? Okay, it just like got me in as a I took one of the bot's places. I don't really use the Thomas, but okay. Okay. Sure, great. All right. Yeah, Elgato's doing some cool stuff, man. Their prompter is probably the coolest thing. Oh, another thing where basically, I guess when I die, I just take the place of a bot. That's interesting. Okay, we're consistently running 200. Now this is basically 4K ultra settings, which nobody who's competitive would play at. I mean, I guess you can. You usually look at like 1080 max 1440p because you want really the highest frame rates possible. But we're using this for the purposes of comparison. So I don't even stream. I want it for like Zoom meetings. Yeah, that can make you look more professional when you're in a Zoom meeting like that. What about this chicken? Can you kill the chicken? Yeah, you can. Yeah, we're running plenty of FPS in this. I should drop a smoke bomb. Let me see. Can't buy grenades. Okay. I'll be able to look back over this and see basically what we're getting. You hiding over here? Is there someone? No, it's a chicken. Wait, did I just kill a teammate? I killed a teammate. My bad. You have that little fur around his neck. You look like a terrorist. Oh, I guess it's a hoodie thing. A hood. I don't know what's happening in this. Is this like gun game or something? I must have picked the wrong mode. My bad. Yeah, it's like a gun game thing. I meant to just do the standard defusal. You know, plant bomb, defuse bomb thing, but whatever, we're in this and it's faster. It's just consistent action, so fine. I can't buy smoke bombs though, apparently, so that's kind of counter to what I wanted to do, no pun intended. Whoops. Yeah, 4K Ultra, 240 FPS, that would be more than fine. 4080, 13900K is not super balanced. It's what I had. Honestly, I feel like I should have taken the 14700K back out of the Talon to mix with the 4070. I think that would have been more balanced, but I wanted to challenge the CPU cooling capabilities. Are we all just shooting at each other? What the hell are we doing? Why did... I'm on your team. Why did you do that? The AUG. Oh, I forgot. It doesn't... You don't hold it down to aim. It's so weird. Oh, am I on the terrorist side now for some reason? Okay. No, I'm not. I'm on CT. What? This is so... man, this is a weird game mode. I don't get it. But okay. Out of touch, guys. Okay, well. Okay, cool. So I would like to stop playing now and try to maybe get into a normal practice. Okay. Casual. Yeah, I was in deathmatch. That's what that was. I just want to drop a smoke grenade, see how it does. Okay. Should tank it by about 100 FPS. Yep. Jesus Christ, he's right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to drop my Desert Eagle and get a Glock. That's great. Anyway, I also have my mic right in front of the monitor, which is not great.
I need help.
So yeah, okay. So we saw that the smoke grenade tanked the FPS by like 100 FPS. CS2 has more advanced particle effects, so they let us know that that would be a thing. But okay. Did I download any other games for use here for testing? I can't run. Some of these are showing up just because I have them on my primary PC, but yeah. Well, 3D Mark. Yeah, sure. We can get some scores out of this. And I will run hardware info 64 on the side here while that's running. What do you mean you're running an install script? The heck? I installed this earlier. Okay. The gamer's benchmark. Oh god. Did they have to call it that? How long have I been calling it that? How long have I been missing that? Okay. Let's go to... We'll just straight up run Port Royal right off the bat. I might have to get rid of my face cam for this. Let's just reset this and we'll see what our max temperatures and stuff are at whenever it's done. Sure. Don't know why that turned off. Are the numbers out on 14th gen processors yet for Intel? Yes, they're not that impressive. Because Intel was very clear, it's just a refresh. So okay, they're still doing the quality check, so I'm still good. I don't want to miss them knocking on my door because I have these IEMs in. Oh, good. We have our numbers up on the top left. Excellent. And of course, our GPU fan spin up. It's good to see. Looking pretty smooth, pretty solid. GPU running at 65 to 66 Celsius. So J-Swift, the most of the 14th gen processors are just a straight up refresh. The 14700K got 4 extra efficiency cores. That's pretty much it. So the good thing is there's a slight performance boost, and it's at this about the same price as 13th gen. So it'll help 13th gen prices drop. And okay, let's see. Looks like we're right around the average for this hardware. That's excellent. So basically that means if you're building a new PC and you go with 14th gen, you get a slight performance boost for the same price. Or if you go 13th gen, you should be getting a little bit of a price drop on those CPUs. It's fine. It's basically what you can expect when a manufacturer tells you, hey, this is a straight up refresh, and that's what they did. Okay, there's our info there. We'll just go through this so I have opportunity to screenshot things. And yeah, 17,870 was our score. The good thing about what I like about 3D Mark is it really plainly lays out, hey, here's what people with similar hardware get, and you are right around the average. Or if you're way below average, you have a problem. And if you're above average, you probably did some extra work in your settings, tweaking it, overclocking, things like that. Or you have exceptional cooling, like custom loop kind of stuff. So there we go. Max temperatures was 67 degrees Celsius on the GPU, and CPU hit 93 degrees Celsius because Port Royal is more focused on GPU performance. There you go, guys. What's up, Hammy Billy Bob? Is that a complete sentence? Moby Click, my goodness, how have you been? I'm like, is that a whole sentence together, or am I the Billy Bob guy? How you going? How are you doing? It's been a while, Moby Click. GN and GG says Ed420AK81. If you see me calling out a chat that you can't see, it's because I'm on both Twitch and YouTube right now. Just in time for Black Friday, J Swift, that might have been the idea. So, guys, that is going to be pretty much it for this stream. What you're going to be seeing soon is going to be another PC case that is just about to launch. I can't stream this until the day of the launch, all right? But essentially, it's going to be a somewhat similar PC case in layout and stuff. So we get to really compare this one versus that one. I'm going to be doing a stream. Excuse me. I'm going to be doing a stream where I essentially migrate everything from this PC to that, from this case to that case. Oh, I got hiccups for some reason. I'm essentially going to be migrating everything from this case to that case. So if you've been wanting an example of a case migration and how to do that, that's going to be a stream that you're not going to want to miss. And then we can take these numbers and we can directly compare the cooling in that case versus this one. It's all going to be everything's already going to be all set up. It's going to be the same motherboard, CPU, GPU, power supply, everything. Same installation of Windows, all that stuff. None of that's going to change. Just the shell is going to change. So you're not going to want to miss that. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter in case you don't already at Breathorn, because that's where I announce a lot of stuff. Or join the Discord, which you can find linked in the description of the YouTube stream or in my panels on Twitch. And you can join that. Check the announcements channel on there, where I also will announce everything there, because it's an announcement channel for announcements. But yeah, for those of you who joined in the very end, I do appreciate y'all doing that. Most AIB GPUs are factory overclocked, but it's usually not a huge improvement. Like they might have a dual BIOS with a performance setting. Right. And I usually switch to the performance setting. This one and the 4090 I have both have dual BIOS, and they're set to performance. So exactly. 15 watts extra over the FE model. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, guys, that is going to be it for this stream. I definitely appreciate y'all who hung out throughout the whole thing, because this went on for, yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes of me putzing around and testing stuff and panicking that my 4090 was messed up, even though it wasn't. But I appreciate y'all hung out. Thank you very much. My pizza's on its way, so I do need to end the stream here so I can take a break, eat some pizza, and pass the heck out. But stay tuned. New episode, of course, coming out on Monday of System Integrators Weekly. And we have another stream coming up likely next week with a case that is just going to be launching. And although HYTE leaked the heck out of the Y70 Touch coming out, you haven't heard anything about this one, and I promise you that. So don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube, and like the stream if you don't mind. And if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button and little bell thingy, and just click all of the stuff. It helps me, and I appreciate it. But until the next one, take care.
Let's go, nerds!